कुछ फिल्में आपको सच की तरफ नज करती हैं, कुछ बिल्कुल ही दूसरी तरफ मुंह मोड़ लेती हैं, और कुछ फैंटेसी की दुनिया में एग्जिस्ट करती हैं where nobody cares about what the such really is. And then there is this film, which is so bothered by the such, so moved by how it has shaped the world we live in, it works as a reminder ki how far we have strayed from the such. Like, do you even remember what it is? Or do you think a version of it is true? Hey all, my name is Sucharita. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about Prithviraj Sukumaran's Malayalam language movie L2 Empuran, starring him and Mohanlal in the lead roles, now in movie theatres, or whatever version they're playing now.
But answer this one question. Who are you really?
Written by Murli Gopi, Empuran takes the story of Abram Qureshi forward. You might remember him from part 1. This is a trilogy. Uska part 1, Lucifer, is available for streaming at home if you'd like to watch the origin story as well. I watched the first part after I'd watched the second part because I didn't want to watch the edited version of part 2. I wanted it to be as real as the filmmakers wanted it to be. And then I went and watched the first one. And the point is कि आप आगे पीछे देखोगे तो चलेगा. Means if you've not seen the original, but you are a cinephile who watches a lot of movies and you're very good at filling some obvious blanks, Empuran starts with a voiceover that will help you fill that gap in the narrative. But all continuity aside, the first 20 minutes of this film take place in 2002. They're unrelated to anything that Qureshi has so far been associated with. The setting seemingly is the state of Gujarat. Major communal riots have broken out over the burning of a train. There are people who are fearing for their lives and they go find refuge in the home of a local Hindu activist who's a rich lady. She has a palatial home and she gives everybody a place to hide. However, mobs reach her house as well, killing her and hundreds of people in one night. One boy escapes. His name is Zayed. Then we cut to current time. The setting is now Kerala. Amid the political turmoil in this southern state, how do the ghosts of 2002 get involved? So now you have to watch the movie to find out. Empuran takes place in a world that is entirely on fire, wherever you turn. From the first frame, the film is clear in announcing this. So you are briefly taken to a ghost town in northern Iraq. There's gunshots, burnt vehicles, people wearing camo, lifeless ruins everywhere. It's like stepping into the live-action version of that point-of-view game, World of Warcraft. There's war and desolation as far as the eye can see, basically. And then eventually the film also roams across continents across the world. We go to Senegal, the MI6 headquarters in London, New York City, Pakistan, all while a Chinese spy satellite named the Shadow Dragon keeps a watchful gaze over everything that's going on. All these countries, all these political people, they're all connected with each other through crime and justice and espionage and spies. It's a geopolitical chessboard and it is so messy, it's a 3D chessboard. Empuran falls very squarely in the stereotype of the massive movie star film. Mohanlal is everybody's savior, and with his guns and with his men, he destroys whatever comes in his way, whoever, thanks to his ability to be able to do everything. About 1 million slow motion shots establish beyond any doubt that anybody who's on Mohanlal's side will be protected. You know the template, you've seen it. One can even accurately predict when Prithviraj is about to show up and how this scene will turn out. However, in Empuran, Murli Gopi's writing is dedicated to using this celebrityhood to tell a story that needs this sort of celebrityhood to be protected. Right? So bookending this film are sequences where a Muslim man comes face to face with Hindu groups who are baying for his blood, both sides. Now, but from the first scene to the last one, the film takes many political turns, staunchly reaffirming its stance that power-hungry people who exist all over the nation, everywhere, all over the world, they are solely to be held responsible for creating animosity between civilians. These people can be found in the political buildings of Kerala, and they're also in the terrorist outfits in Pakistan. They're prepared to pounce upon the vulnerable, using them for personal gain. Like Attlee's Jawan, and maybe I'm being sentimental here for no reason, Empuran too seems to be concerned with the issues it is addressing through its flashiness. It's really weird that I've brought up Jawan in both reviews this week. Watch my Sikandar review as well. Usko hum link kar denge niche in the description. Abhimanyu Singh, he's amazing. He plays Baba Bajrangi. Sukant Goyal plays his brother, Munna. Basically, these are two writers, they're rapists, they're murderers who then become politicians, and they're evil incarnate. This is why the film got ominous to watch, because Empuran steadfastly believes that fascism and religiously motivated violent elements can only be defeated by violence, that the resistance will have to take up arms. Qureshi says to a young Zayed in a flashback scene that there will be a time when your vengeance is not yours alone. It's a premonition that those who are not radicalized by circumstance will find others who are, and together, wrongs will be set right. It's a prophecy. Don't hope for peace because it's not coming. What is coming, though, is Lucifer, the devil, a fallen angel. He is needed to reset the world. Surrounded by wind machines and stylish imagery of fire behind his skull and an air of undeniable authority, Mohanlal is enigmatic and very, very extra. But unlike Salman Khan, who barely seems awake in Sikandar, Mohanlal's larger than life presence teems with purpose, with an anger that jumps out from the screen, entering the viewer. It is menacing, and that you want to root for this destructive person is dark. A refreshing undercurrent in Empuran is its nod to women in politics. Priyadarshini is played by Manju Warrior. She's a progressive figure who, despite coming from political dynasty, doesn't take her position for granted. In one scene, she's arrested under false charges, and the camera frames her like Bharat Mata in handcuffs. There's tiranga on her sari, her hands are folded. It's blatant, yes, but it's effective. A lot of dialogue in Empuran is in Hindi because the main antagonist is North Indian. Anytime Abhimanyu Singh appears on screen, a sinister Hindi song starts to play. I've not been able to identify what the song is. If you know, please comment. The final sequence has the song Phir Zinda playing in the background. Check out the lyrical video of that song Phir Zinda on YouTube. It's very potent. Hence, the ongoing controversy with its editing aside, L2 Empuran is talking to a Hindi-speaking audience without holding back. At least I think so. The film is a relentless epic that snarls at political hypocrisy. It questions faith. It's reveling in its own operatic grandeur. It's exhausting, but it's exhilarating. Entirely uninterested in being subtle. So they're saying that we're trying to counter political propaganda, and weeping heart filmmakers will not reach the audience anymore. Is Empuran male saviors? Yes, absolutely. Does it glorify violence or condemn it? Both. But it's also a mirror to a fractured society, a reflection we are so afraid to stare into कि उस reflection को ही change करने बोल दिया है. So on a scale of 1 to 10, Empuran is एक लंबा चौड़ा credit scene sets up the next installment where the enemy now is a Chinese crime syndicate. I'm queuing up already. Until then, please subscribe to my channel. We're trying to hit 150,000 subscribers, make it happen. My name is Sucharita. Thank you for stopping by.